Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today we are broadcasting from beautiful Charleston, South Carolina. As you know, I am on vacation here in the U.S. right now, and the last couple of days I've spent, and the reason I haven't uploaded any videos over the last couple of days, because it's been some private time. I spent some time with my dad, and I spent some time. I had some hospital catch-up appointments that I had to do, and getting these things out of the way. Also, I'm trying to do some maintenance here around our house in the U.S., and that is going to be a separate episode. We're going to have some DIY series coming up here soon. If you're interested in knowing how to do fix actions like things like fixing your pressure washer, and we will talk about that on an upcoming episode. I have some parts unordered, and we will take care of that, like I said, in an upcoming episode. But today, what we are going to do, we are going to address some of the audio issues on the GoPro. And what I'd like to do with you today is I would like to share with you what I've done based upon your recommendations and my research for mitigating the problems associated with the GoPro Hero 5. And it also applies to the GoPro Hero 6, which we will talk about that as well in today's episode. So anyway, let's go ahead and get today started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Well, again, good morning and welcome to today's episode. I know you see me in this little bit of a jacket. It was a little bit cool this morning, but it's starting to warm up quite nice right here. It's going to be a beautiful day today, according to the weather here in Charleston, South Carolina. Now, today's episode is going to address some of the ways I am dealing with the issues of the poor audio quality on the GoPro Hero 5. Lots of you have identified and made comments about how poor the quality is, and what I've done in the past is in post-production, during editing, I changed a little bit of the EQ settings inside so that the audio quality is at least acceptable so that you can hear and understand the dialogue on the channel as good as possible. But it is kind of a hassle. But there are alternatives, and the alternatives are mainly, and you'll see if you do research on YouTube or on Google, you'll see most people what they do is they end up buying an external microphone to eliminate the internal microphone on the GoPro Hero 5. Now the problems continue on with the newer GoPro Hero 6, and we will talk about that as well in today's episode. You'll see we have a little bit of a surprise here in today's episode as well. So we're going to do the comparison between the internal microphone on the GoPro and as well as a new microphone that I purchased through Amazon.com so that we can improve our presentation here on My PI Dream. So let's go ahead and get started with today's episode. What we're going to talk about today is my solution to getting better audio quality on the GoPro Hero 5, and it also applies to the GoPro Hero 6, which is a newer and an improved version of the GoPro Hero 5. But we'll get into that in a later episode. Well, as many of you have identified over the hundreds of videos that we've uploaded during the Villa Feliz series, that the audio quality of the GoPro just isn't up to par. Although the video is excellent, and I don't think you can get much better than the video quality for the GoPro series, but the audio itself is a long-term identified problem by many consumers and vloggers alike. So anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about what I did to mitigate and to improve upon the GoPro's audio capability. I actually went out based upon recommendations and some research of my own, and I bought a solution, some accessories to take care of the problem. And we'll do a comparison here in just a little bit. So let's go ahead and start and look what we picked up over Amazon.com, and we'll put links in the description block in case you are interested in these same accessories. So anyway, to start, let's go with the Rode VideoMicro compact microphone. The microphone and the little 3.5mm cable that connects the microphone to the adapter. Speaking of the adapter, here is the adapter. This is the GoPro 3.5mm mic adapter. It's an expensive accessory that is a must if you want to connect an external microphone to the GoPro. I think this is by design by GoPro themselves so they can generate more revenue on their site. Unfortunately, it's what you're stuck with right now because they don't have a direct connection for a microphone into their housing. Hopefully later, GoPro will take a lot of the requests and the desires of the consumer, and they will make a better interface. I have a feeling they will, but it's not going to be done with the GoPro Hero 5 or the newer GoPro Hero 6 at this point right now. Maybe the GoPro Hero 7, we will see. Anyway, next thing, we have this housing. It's the Luxebell C400 aluminum alloy skeleton protective case, and it comes with a filter, and we'll talk about that as well too. And one more accessory. It's you don't have to have it, but it actually helps once you start putting all these items on the skeleton case over here, is this GoPro, this grenade grip adapter by GoPro right here. And it's basically a handheld like what you would normally have with selfies. So let's go ahead and connect all these pieces together, and we'll see what it looks like connected to the camera. Well, let's talk about a big problem with the GoPro using external non-powered microphones like the Rode VideoMicro here. If you have an external microphone that is not powered by, like, say, like a battery, such as this one right here, and you try to take advantage of what GoPro calls quick capture, which is by default turned on. And that is, it acts just like a regular camera. You push the little button on the top and you start recording. You push the little button on the top and it stops recording. Now, if you do it with this configuration right here, the problem is you will get no audio associated with your video. Big problem, GoPro. You need to address this. So what they do, the way that you navigate around this problem, you mitigate the problem, is the workaround is you have to manually go in and turn the camera on into full initialization. Then after that, once it senses the microphone, at that point you can do it. And the way you do that is on the side, the button on the side. You see right now we have nothing on the screen. We'll push the button on the side, the little red light will start coming on, and then you will have an active screen on the back. All right, so you see that. While we're here, let's go ahead and talk about some of the preferences inside the back. And the way you get the preferences, you do a swipe down, and then you'll go to the preferences button inside of here. And let's do the swipe down preferences. And I just want to show you about some of the audio settings inside here. So under audio, you will see a section called audio input. You see under the input output, the I/O, you have an audio input. Once it's turned on, by default, it will sense this microphone on there, which it says a standard microphone. Now you can go inside, you can select, and you can see there are other options. There's standard microphone, there's standard mic plus, there is powered mic, there was powered mic plus, and there is line in. And we're not here to talk about those options right now, but basically the standard mic plus, it's basically kind of a boost for your standard microphone. The powered microphone, I said we weren't going to talk about it, but we'll talk a little bit about it. The powered mic is those battery powered. Inside the microphone there's actually a battery inside in a condenser mic, and you would select those options for those. But today we're only talking about the Rode video microphone right here. So it's going to sense it, and it's going to sense it automatically. You don't even have to go to this. I'm just letting you know it will be set for the standard microphone. That's what you would have inside there. So let's go ahead and let's go back and get out of preferences. So at that point, once you are up and running, and you can see me through there, and you're ready to record right now, but you have to turn on your camera under full initialization to be able to take advantage of the microphone from the very beginning. If you don't do that, like I said, if you just try to use the quick capture function just by clicking on that without turning on the camera, you will record with no audio, and you will be very unhappy when you go to editing your video. So let's go ahead and do a test between the internal microphone on the GoPro Hero 5 or Hero 6 and adding the Rode microphone. Here is the proof in the pudding. We are going to do the comparison here between the internal microphone on the GoPro and the addition of the Rode VideoMicro. So the first audio sample is coming from the internal microphone on the GoPro. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's go ahead and listen to what it sounds like using the Rode VideoMicro. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is your opinion? I think it's obvious that getting rid of the microphone for the GoPro and moving over to an external microphone such as the Rode VideoMicro is a vast improvement over the audio quality. Well, it wouldn't be a episode here on My PI Dream without a shout out. We have to do a shout out for today, and it's a belated birthday shout out. And the belated birthday shout out goes to one of our longtime subscribers, Jolly John Rogers, who turned 52 on April 9th. And he wanted to let us know that also that his wife, his Asawa, her birthday was very close to that on March 30th. And he made a nice little comment, even though and that both of their birthdays are so close together because both of their hearts are so close together. Oh. So anyway, I want to wish both you, John, and your wife, and you didn't give me her name. You need to give me, guys got to remember, you have to give us your wives or your spouse's names when you send us a shout out request. So anyway, to the both of you, we want to wish you both a happy belated birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
Well, that is it for today's comparison between the internal microphone on the GoPro Hero 5 or the GoPro Hero 6 compared to adding an external microphone such as the Rode VideoMicro. I hope you found today's video informative and it helps you with your selection. Again, inside the description block, I will put a link to all of the items that we talked about here today. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You will be subscribed and you'll be notified the next time we upload a new video. So until the next video, you have a wonderful and blessed day.